Today, we are doing an experiment about projectile motion. We need to use the launcher to shoot something provided by our teacher. In order to do this, we need to measure its initial velocity of this launcher. Therefore, we use an iPad to measure the time for the launcher to reach its highest point. In order to minimize the uncertainty, we do this experiment for 3 times. So we got 3 digits of time and calculate its average time. We also assume that the acceleration of gravity is 9.8. So we got the initial velocity is 4.41 meters per second. Given a particular distance, we use a projector to measure the angle and then we shoot the target. Given L the distance for the launcher to hit the target, and we also know in this situation in which the launcher and the target are both at the same level, we assume that the horizontal speed is Vx, and we know that this remains a constant when it travels in this way. So we can calculate L like this. Well, here comes to the vertical one, and Vy will be affected by the gravity. So we can use this formula to calculate the time. And given these two formulas, we combine them. And finally, we got this formula. So given L the distance, and we measure the Vi, the initial velocity, then we can calculate the theta. So then we can calculate the theta can be 2 angles. Well, and so we just use these angles to hit the target, and we succeeded. As a matter of fact, when using the launcher to hit the target, we failed several times. So why this happened? We just consider some uncertainties. Well, the air resistance is a crucial part. When we measure the initial velocity, there may be some air resistance which will affect the acceleration of gravity, so the initial velocity may not be exactly 4.41 meters per second. Then the second one is rough measurement when we're using the protractor. Because the launcher is big, but the protractor, the angle measurement is very small, so there may be some errors. Well, the final uncertainty was the diffraction. When measuring the initial velocity, we assume that the ideal way will go straight. Well, but in fact, the real way was going with a diffraction. This was actually a big uncertainty when measuring the initial velocity. But after all, we succeeded in hitting the target. Then thanks for watching the video.